artificial sweeteners bad for you? Now, what does bad for you mean? Like, are artificial sweeteners going to make you gain weight? No, they don't have any calories. Or are artificial sweeteners going to trick your body into thinking it's sugar, and that's going to contribute to an insulin spike, and then that insulin spike is going to make you store fat even though they don't have any calories? Like, honestly, I don't even know where that logic even comes from, but that's not true either. It doesn't trick your body into thinking it's sugar, and that doesn't spike your insulin up because of it. It just doesn't happen. Do artificial sweeteners hurt your gut microbiome? Honestly, like, we don't know, but what we do know is that most of the studies that have been done on artificial sweeteners have been done on rodents. And to extrapolate that to humans, it's a massive leap. And it's important to note that the quantities of the artificial sweeteners that are being used in these studies when feeding these rodents are well beyond any practical amount that any human would be consuming on a daily basis. So, it's a big extrapolation to then massively like overhaul your life and your lifestyle to avoid these artificial sweeteners because a rat had way more sucralose or aspartame than you would ever have, right? So, I'm not saying that, we should be going and guzzling artificial sweeteners. What I'm saying is the person who's likely watching this video might be thinking like, man, if I have one Diet Coke or some sugar-free candy, like, is that a bad idea? And the truth is that it's very unlikely that you will consume even close to the amount of artificial sweeteners that are being used for some of these studies. And so, if you have a diet soda, like, you're okay. Or if you have a diet Gatorade, like, that's fine. You're going to be okay. It's not a large input on like literally anything. And chances are a lot of times some of those drinks, and I'm going to just hone in on diet soda, but what those drinks are replacing are going to be far better than the alternatives. If you have a diet soda instead of a regular soda, that's a massive, massive improvement, and honestly, I don't even think that's up for debate. And if there's somebody out there that thinks diet soda is worse than regular soda, like, please come see me. I'd love to have a conversation. I'd be totally fine with that. So, I'm not saying that we need to go and drink diet soda over water every day, right? Like, what I'm saying is that it's very unlikely that you're going to be consuming anywhere close to the amount of artificial sweeteners that are being used in some of these studies that have found any negative side effects, and that are also, again, done in rodents, right? So you're fine, and it's not going to have a large impact on your life or a negative impact on your life. I do want to make another note on sugar alcohols as well. Things like sorbitol or malitol or xylitol, some of those things that you'll see in like Halo Top or sugar-free candy or like some 0-calorie drinks. Again, these sugar alcohols, they're not inherently bad for you, right? But I do want to play both sides here. And I'll say that if you're looking at like the sugar alcohol content and you're looking at the nutrition facts label and you see, the sugar, and then underneath it, you see sugar alcohols. And then if you look at the ingredients, it'll say something like, sorbitol or malitol, words that end in TOL. But some of those sugar alcohols might give you some GI distress. Now, GI distress is a symptom like not feeling good. It doesn't mean that it's bad for you, or that it's unhealthy, or that it's causing like inflammation, or that it's giving you permanent damage. It just means that it doesn't make you feel good. And personally, I know that if I have like a full pint of Halo Top ice cream, my stomach doesn't always feel very awesome after. And that doesn't mean that anything bad is happening or that it's making me fat or making me gain weight, because that's calories, right? But what I would say is like, keep an eye on it. And, if it's a trend that you consistently see when you're eating these sugar alcohols, like, it's probably in your best interest to avoid some of those sugar alcohols or to avoid them altogether. And again, you make that decision based on how you feel and, how you respond to some of those sugar alcohols as well. So to recap, artificial sweeteners, they're not going to have any meaningful impact on your health. And you're not going to be consuming them even close to the quantity that, some of these studies have, pumped into these rats. So, have them. Really, just have them. Having a diet soda is fine. It's not going to be in the world. And again, like, if you want to, right? I'm not telling you to, but if you want to have a diet soda, it's not the end of the world. Now, do I think this field of research is going to continue to evolve, and will we learn more from it over time? Like, absolutely. Just like all other areas of nutrition. And when it comes to like sugar alcohols, mostly found in like sugar-free ice cream, sugar-free candies. If you don't feel good afterward, like that decision is up to you, right? Like make the decision and eat those certain foods based on how you feel afterwards, not whether, it's quote unquote like good or bad for you. Okay. So I hope this makes sense. This video definitely went on a little longer than I anticipated it to. But I do think it's an interesting area of nutrition, and it's a good topic of conversation too. But I just want you to understand that, there is an opportunity, and if you're choosing the Pepsi, if you're choosing the Diet Pepsi over the Diet Pepsi is going to be infinitely better every day of the week, okay? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.